everyone. Welcome to today's talk show at Hamplus Hub. And the topic for today is the influence of developers' ethics on their digital solutions, which goes deeper than just writing code or designing apps. And I'm your host for today, Rebecca Ojame. And with me here is
Dennis Emmanuel. I am Henry Onyenakwe.
My name is Maureen Owerre.
My name is Osaikeke Dominion, but you can call me Dice. I'm quite privileged to sit among my learned and dogged colleagues on this not just technical but deeper topic. Thank you very much.
So to begin with, how would you personally define developers' ethics?
First off, I won't just dive into developer ethics without knowing what ethics is in the first place. I feel ethics, the simplest definition you can give to it is a set of moral principles. That's the cleanest and clearest definition you can give to it. Developer ethics is simply a set of moral principles that guides a digital solution. Like you could design or develop a digital software solution that works perfectly, but if it's based on manipulation, bias, or even lack of privacy, it ends up causing more harm than good.
Okay. So in your own opinion, what are the most common ethical dilemmas developers face when building digital solutions?
Okay. The dilemmas developers face when building a digital solution is the fact that they tend to design or develop software solutions based on what they think is right, not based on records, not based on mentorship, or trying to know if what they are creating, what they are designing is safe for the society and safe for the people. So I feel one of the dilemmas they face is the lack of mentorship.
So Ms. Maureen, why do you think ethics is an important conversation for today's developers?
Okay, I think ethics is an important conversation for developers because technology generally is like a big part of the society now. From our phones to health to finances, technology plays a big role. And it's a important conversation for developers because if we don't talk about ethics, we risk building systems that harms the society.
So how do a developer's personal values and beliefs shape the product or solutions they create?
Developers' ethics can shape the products they create by knowing what their users want. That's the best interest of their users.
Okay, you said how does their belief shape the kind of product they create? Let me take, for instance, I'm a Muslim. I'm designing a website, and then I have already had this mentality in my head that, okay, I'm a Muslim, then maybe people going into that website, they are Muslims too. Then I can just put something like Alhamdulillah on the website. And the Christian will go into that website and see that, what is this guy trying to say? What is happening here? So me as a developer putting Alhamdulillah on my website, it's my belief, and it's already unfair for me to justify it that, okay, since I'm a Muslim, I will just generalize it and say, okay, everybody is a Muslim. So I think because of that, it also affects data ethics.
So, Mr. Henry, do you think ethical decisions should be made at the individual developers level, team level, or company-wide?
I think company-wide we appreciated, but the whole team and the company should have like overview of, let's say, ideas. Then they will now scrap out the ones that are not needed for the app or probably website they are building.
Okay. So, Mr. Dennis, what's your own view on ethics, on the developer's ethic on the digital solution?
My opinion is the moral standards and principles that we are applying now in the life cycle of developing a software. It doesn't have to be like, it ranges from what we are building to why we are building it, and features that are also to be integrated to the website. In general, I think it's prioritizing user fairness, privacy, and making sure that user data is not compromised or leaked.
So can you share an instance where ethical considerations influence a digital product you admire? Do you have any digital product that you admire?
Yeah. There's this private messaging app that they call Signal. It's an end-to-end encryption platform where you can text or do whatever you want to do on there.
Is it like an app or a website?
It's an app, messaging app.
Okay.
So right from the onset, the team there, they've been like big on privacy and ensuring that users' data are not being misused. For example, you cannot go there and find ads and they don't sell their user data outside.
Okay, so what's your own view on WhatsApp? How do you see WhatsApp as?
WhatsApp is, as they say, is end-to-end encrypted, but I don't know how true it is. But we've seen occasion where some people claim online that WhatsApp actually is not. There is a boogeyman that is actually seeing your chats and is not really like end-to-end encrypted, like as they say. But again, I'm not so sure. So that's it.
So what could happen if ethical considerations are ignored during the development process?
A whole lot of things because over how many billions of people use the internet or technology these days. So when you ship apps or softwares that are not like does not have developer ethics, like making sure that user data is private, harm does not come to users or being biased. For example, there are some websites that doesn't like allow specific ethnic group or let me say geographic location to access it and stuff like that. So we shouldn't be biased. So that kind of stuff does affect users in the sense that if for example I want to make use of that website and it's not accessible because I'm in Nigeria, I'll have to go and looking for workarounds, making use of VPNs. That's like stressing me out. Those are stuff that we should consider when developing softwares.
Speaking on bias, how do bias and inclusivity fit into the ethic discussion for developers?
When developers are biased, it generally means they create products that's not inclusive, that does not, how do I put it? Yes, that's not transparent. They don't create products based on their users.
Mr. Henry, how do you relate to what she said?
Yeah, she's right. When developers have bias on products, it means there are certain kind of people that they are against. These kind of things can cause racism and stuff. Because when you create an app, I don't think you should create an app based on your own idea. You could be black and creating an app. You shouldn't create an app based on, okay, I'm black. The app should involve both white and black. Because at the end of the day, when the whites find out that there's an app like that, these things can cause probably wars, riot and stuff.
So what measures do you think those developers should take?
Personally, there should be survey on both on the audience they're trying to build the app on.
Technology related.
Okay, first of all, I think they should work on their mindsets. So attending boot camps that teaches us about ethics and also the need for privacy because privacy is a big thing in this world now.
Okay, do you think it's possible to completely eliminate ethical bias in digital solutions?
There is nothing that is perfect. We can all work together towards not completely eradicating, but at least curbing or reducing the rates at which bad developer ethics are being applied when creating digital solutions.
How can organizations create a culture where ethic isn't just discussed but actually practiced?
Okay, first of all, we have to like learn to normalize talking about the digital ethics because I feel like it's the fact that digital ethics isn't talked about enough. That is why you see a lot of misunderstandings happening in our society right now. And okay, take for instance this talk show we are having now is just a system of awareness to the people. So like people can be scrolling through their social medias now, their YouTube videos, and come across this video and be like, oh, this is what ethics is about. This is what we are supposed to
But
do.
like how should they put the information out there?
Oh, okay. First of all, we are living in the 21st century and the world is actually filled with technology. We have social medias, we have advertisements and all that. Like we have YouTube, TikToks, and all that social media you can post out there to make to enlighten the
Okay.
society.
Like
I
for
think
me, I just feel like these ethical challenges, like maybe these developers are not aware of, maybe of them being biased. Maybe they are not fully aware of, okay, something is wrong, but they don't know that it is wrong. So that's how I feel about it.
like my colleague said, AI is actually taking over the world.
Yes.
You see, technical challenges will evolve because technology will improve. Like, okay, let me take for instance, back then in maybe 1994, 1880 something, we didn't have a phone that we can reach out to somebody and call and say, hey, hello. But now we can go through internet, see posts that somebody posted maybe yesterday or 2 days ago. As the world progresses and as technical challenges will definitely, should I say subside? Yes, should I say subside? Surface, okay. I think surface, yeah. Thank you.
What advice would you give to young or aspiring developers regarding ethics and its role in their work?
The advice I would give to young developers when designing a software solution, don't think about your own personal gain. Think about if this what I'm creating is safe. Yes, because technically it will work. You might have come across some websites where you want to download a file. You'll be seeing about 3, 5 download buttons. Just one is working,
Yeah.
but the other ones there are just there to mislead you or take you to another website or because normally if you click on the download button, you're supposed to see your download notification bar. But tell me why I'm clicking on download button and I'm seeing congratulations, you just won an iPhone 14 Pro Max. We should work more on work more on transparency, being fair, being unbiased, and than just focusing on the technical part of it. They should try to be as lenient as they can be.
So I think I want to refer to something. There was a part where he said something about religion. Open the website and you see like Eid Kaaba, that kind of thing, the celebration. If you are going to post that kind of art on your application, it shouldn't be only on Muslims. When there are other celebrations on other religion, you should also post it so that the users do not feel like Muslims are more used are the one that are using the app more. If it's December, post your Xmas celebration or whatsoever, then it's not look as if everyone will not be united, not be like okay, I'm not exempted. Because when you refer to a specific set of people, at the end of the day, you will find out that the users that are using the app will reduce. And sometimes when this thing gets to the government officials, the app will get banned and the company will run out of loss on the apps because they did not apply developers ethics at the initial stage.
As a developer, you shouldn't include religion when you are working on a software. You're supposed to maybe think humanity and just generally you are building websites or a software for people. It should be for people, not for specific people.
Yeah, just
Unless
beliefs and
unless it is like maybe you are building a Bible app,
yeah.
that's fine. You are building it for specifically Christians. I think developers before they build software, they should ask, why am I building this software? How do I ensure that my users' data are kept well? Then also ask yourself, am I doing this thing just for the money or the commercial gain that comes with it? So you should just, as a developer, sit down and ask yourself questions and think logically before you go towards designing or working on a digital solution.
Digital ethics isn't just about codes. Like developer ethics, is not just about codes. It's more than writing code. I think it's about like I said, it's about transparency, it's about leniency. I think it's about empathy, and it's about the people. Like it's about the society, about how safe the society will feel when they like use your product, when they use your website, when they come to your website, when they come to your software. So
There's a quote that a friend of mine used to say. It says you should think about impact before you think about the monetary aspect. Because when there's impact, then the monetary aspect will always come. For instance, if you're thinking about the mental health of people that are using your app, you wouldn't allow ads like explicit consent to enter it, because these things mess with people's mind. Instead of them to recommend other people to use the app, they will say, ah, no, 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 that app, you will see what you know like for inside. So stuff like that, it should be considered when developing applications.
Okay, so is that your advice
Yeah,
for?
that's my advice. Yeah.
Okay. Finally, we have come to the end of our talk show. We hope this has enlightened you on developers' ethics on their digital solutions. We hope to see you next time. Bye.